A lot of you men are worried that your name and your pictures in your private communication is somewhere in one of those Facebook groups like, are we dating the same guy? This is why you shouldn't worry about it at all.
I don't mean to be a bitch, but I'm gonna say this with my whole fucking chest. I feel like the active participants in the Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy, are fucking lunatics. Not all of them, but most of them. I get it. I get the group was intended to expose men who are being just awful and disingenuous, but that's straight up not what the group is anymore. More often than not, I would argue what's being said isn't even truthful. It's a lot of bruised egos, bitter, desperate, insecure women who are upset and jealous that things didn't go their way and they potentially see him with someone else, or they're just pissed off again that they didn't get what they wanted and they are exaggerating or straight up just lying, starting rumors that aren't even true.
That's right. And this is not the first video that I see of a woman saying, hey guys, what are we doing? This is bullshit. And there are a couple of things to consider. First, if you don't know, there are many different Facebook groups, and now they evolved into apps. I think one of them is called the T app, where women, and at least that was the original idea, decided to share information about guys that they're dating or seeing or talking to, so that they weed out cheaters. And that's why it's called Are We Dating the Same Guy? Now, it's already flawed and it's very, very constant, because if you're dating a guy who is high value man, who is handsome or made anything out of himself, has any value in a dating market, of course he'll be fucking other women. When women ask me that question, I actually don't lie. I don't lie to women in general. I say, yeah, of course I'm fucking other women. Are you going to stop? No, I'm not going to stop anytime soon. We're not in the relationship yet. Why would I be exclusive with someone I don't even know yet? And there are a lot of women who go like, well, I'm going to go to a guy who's not doing it. And I usually say, no, everyone's doing it. Those guys are just going to lie to you, but do the same thing. So I never lie. And the concept that, a girl would be dating a guy from the very beginning who's not screwing other women is just fucking stupid. And a lot of women do get off on the fact that they're dating someone that other women want to fuck as well. That's just called social proof. That's not a new concept. But with time, those groups have become something that's very toxic. As she mentioned, a lot of women just were butthurt that these guys had boundaries or self-respect and basically said no, or said, no, I'm sorry, you're not good looking enough to be my girlfriend. I'll fuck you a few times, but that's pretty much it. So all those women decided, I'm going to get back at this guy by making sure that he can't date anybody else. And this is just how Western women generally operate. This is why there's so many false sexual assault allegations that men have to deal with, because that's just how women get back at men. But in this case, it is a nothing burger, because you gentlemen do not want to date those women who even consider joining those groups. Because if they want to be part of this toxic bullshit, whether women complaining to other women about these guys and most likely lying and exposing their private communications and stuff like that, real women that you want to date, the good girls, would never be caught dead in those Facebook groups. So let them expose you, because essentially it filters out all the shitty toxic women who would join these groups in the first place. Now, here in Thailand, we have several of them, and there is a group that has probably the most members, and this is in Thai. And somebody told me about it, and I asked a couple of women in my life, hey, can you join and see if I'm in there? I'm kind of curious to know what Thai women are saying about me. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be almost offended if I'm not in like almost every single one of those groups. And I don't even mind if my private messages with these girls are exposed, because what are they going to find out? That this guy's not a simp? That he demands self-respect? That he has boundaries? Oh, please, do my job for me, ladies. I would love to. But you know what those two girls who were, part of my life told me? Because I asked them to kind of spy for me, right? They said, no, I'm sorry. Can you please ask someone else? I don't even want to join these groups and be seen in that group, because I consider them very toxic. I would never join those groups myself. And even though I know I'm helping you. I don't want to even be seen as a member of that group. So they refused. That should tell you something. And it definitely told me something, specifically what I already shared with you earlier. No good woman would ever be caught dead in those groups. As a matter of fact, most women know when they get advice, from other women, that's usually the worst advice. That is usually the worst advice. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I see more and more videos pop up like this where women calling other women for bullshit. Because at the end of the day, some of them are finally realizing, and I think this is going to be the trend in 2026, women realizing they cornered themselves to the point where men, at least good men, which they know they're very limited availability in the first place, those men either are walking away or already walked away, including this guy. I literally walked all the way to right here, Thailand. And Western women were the reason I left. That's the reason why I left America and moved to Thailand, because I just didn't want to deal with Western women. And when I see them here also, I don't know why they follow us here, I just avoid them at all costs. Nothing ever good happens when you interact with Western women anywhere in the world. So these women are realizing that, these guys are walking away. And one of the reasons is that these groups also is consistently trying to cancel all men and trying to talk shit about them. And then, how dare a single man be screwing multiple women? I mean, I cannot believe this is happening to a handsome man I wanted to date, right? And a lot of women are realizing that a lot of times these women are upset, and I see this myself, even here in Thailand, that women get upset when they meet a guy, which is not very common anymore, or I should also say yet, where a man has boundaries and basically puts his foot down. Now, a lot of women get upset with me when, for example, if I start talking to them on a dating app, I said, let's switch to WhatsApp. Here's my WhatsApp number. Go ahead and find me. And instead of doing that, the girl gives you her number. I go like, you're either lazy or you're trying to make me into a simp or check if I am one, and it ain't gonna work. I give you my number, be a big girl, and find me on WhatsApp. Otherwise, forget it. And then I give them 24 hours. If they don't do it, I just unmatch them. Now, that behavior is still unfortunately very uncommon because most of Western and just generally men don't have a spine anymore because they're simps and they're willing to, follow whatever instructions the women give them. But when they come across a man like me, they get really upset because they don't get to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And therefore, I am hoping, actually, I am in every single one of those groups, including this one in Thailand. So this is a good sign of things that are changing. I already mentioned to you guys in my videos, 2026 is when things will stop getting worse for men in terms of dating. One, because it can't get any worse, and most men will just get used to it and figure out their own ways how to deal with it, right? Some, go MGTOW, they completely stop dating women. Some just end up using prostitutes or porn or whatever. And some move to Thailand, right? So we all learn how to deal with it. However, women, this is the year for women to realize, and it's already happening, that they do need men. And it's not that easy to find because men don't really want to have much to do with women anymore. Men don't approach women as much. They don't want to match with them on dating apps. They don't tolerate their shitty behavior. They don't want to buy them $200 dinners on the first date. They're realizing that they're in trouble. So this is the year when things will start slowly changing. I think the next year there will be a first batch of women that will actually start changing themselves in acting a little different. But I think the pendulum has swung too much into the women's favor as much as it could. I think it's going to start coming down, in the next couple of years. And the fact that women are now quitting the groups that they themselves created to defend themselves against bad men, just to realize that it's them that are toxic, this is a big sign. So, gentlemen, don't worry if you're a part of those groups. That's probably a badge of honor. But look at these videos that I showed in the beginning of this one as the sign that things are just about to change. You just have to be patient.
If you're a single guy and you're still dating, well, let me help you out when it comes to analyzing dating profiles. All you have to do is take snapshots of a dating profile of a girl you're interested in and upload it into this ChatGPT app called the Dating Profile Analyzer. It is free and it will give you all the green, yellow, and most importantly, red flags about that profile. You're welcome.